Okay, let's get one thing straight. This was not the plan. Dramatic cliffs? Check. Electric blue lagoons? Yes. Views that look like a screensaver? Of course. That's the reason why we flew all the way to this corner of paradise on Earth. But what's the one thing that we did not expect in our wildest dreams? A private yacht and a completely private beach. Welcome to El Nido, located on the northern end of Palawan in the Philippines. It's easy to see why this place is a bucket list destination for people from all over the world. It was certainly on my bucket list. And so when we were planning our trip to Palawan, I knew we needed to see El Nido. So I went ahead and booked a group tour. But life had a little surprise for us. Here's what happened. We arrived in El Nido as planned, one day ahead of our tour. We explored the town. We did a little bit of shopping. We bought a new SD card for our backup GoPro because our main camera got destroyed by a water leak in Cebu. And then we headed to our hotel using the easiest transportation option in town, a tricycle.
This is my first time on a tricycle.
Meron po. Kakadating lang po namin.
Hindi kayo nagpasyal doon sa may pits, sa may Las Cabañas?
We checked into our hotel, went for a swim, and then said goodnight to the resident cat. I think he's the concierge here.
You are so cute.
The next morning, we were up with the Carabao and ready for our tour. But there was only one problem. There was actually a miscommunication with our booking. Our tour had gotten canceled, but we weren't notified about it. The boat for our group tour was hundreds of miles away in Cebu. But the silver lining was that the company's private yacht was available. And since this wasn't our mistake, our tour operator gave us an offer to book a completely private yacht with 7 crew members, a catered lunch, and a private beach, all for just a little more than what we paid for our group tour. So it was a huge upgrade with just a little bit of an extra upcharge. We took the deal and we'll show you exactly why it was so worth it. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking, how much does booking a private yacht in Palawan cost? So let's play a little game. We are going to share the pricing and booking info with you at the end, but in the meantime, I want you guys to guess how much you think this experience would cost. Pay attention to all the services, amenities, and perks included in this package, and try to guess how much this is priced at.
So our captain, Stanley. Yeah, that is our boat captain. And then this one is oiler, Charlie. And then we have one steward here, ma'am. His name is Jonah.
Good morning.
You guys, welcome to the crown jewel of the El Nido Yachting Club's fleet, the SeaCation yacht. It's a massive 450-foot yacht with room for up to 18 guests for day tours or 6 guests for overnight tours. That's right, you can actually rent this for multiple days if you want. But today, we have it all to ourselves. Here's a little tour. Up front by the bow, there are these awesome built-in hammocks for sunbathing. Or if you prefer shade, there's a nice shaded area in the back for dining. That's also where the crew grills your lunch on site. And there's a below-deck cabin with not 1, not 2, but 3 full bedrooms, a bathroom, and it's basically like a mini apartment. But why spend your time down below when this is your view? Our first stop of the day is El Nido's famous secret lagoon, which I guess makes it not such a well-kept secret, but really, how can you keep something like this a secret? I learned a few things at the secret lagoon that day. 1, the water is warm, clear, and not very deep. 2, the further you get into the lagoon, the more jellyfish there are. And 3, I am not very good at paddling a kayak. Luckily, Grant had enough muscle power for the 2 of us. We returned our kayaks and headed back to the yacht for our next destination, our very own private beach. Welcome to our private beach. Yep, there's literally no other guests here except for us because this is owned by the Nido Yacht Club, and so we have this entire beach just to ourselves. There's a full-time security guard and caretaker who live here on the island, but other than that, we're pretty much all alone. We have this gorgeous stretch of white sand, this beautiful, warm, crystal blue water, some lounge chairs, some little egg chairs, so it's a perfect place to spend a wonderful afternoon here in Palawan. So we actually just had lunch part 2. The crew very kindly brought over the food we couldn't finish on the boat over here to our private dining area. And I don't believe in that old saying, don't swim after you eat. Besides, I have my life vest, which will keep me nice and safe. We're gonna snorkel. They said the best place to see fish is actually right ahead of us, where the dark blue water meets the light blue water. So we're gonna go check that out.
Time to go snorkel.
The water was so clear and calm that it was really relaxing just to float around and snorkel. We saw some tropical fish, some coral reef, and some sea anemone. And we actually had the option to cut our time short here and explore some other islands. But we opted to stay and just enjoy the private beach, because honestly, I don't think it gets much better than this. But all good things come to an end, and we had to say goodbye to our private beach, but just for now.
So we just finished our boat tour, private yacht. We're just basically to the Palawan port now. And I will say that it was a really incredible day. The staff was really attentive. They took care of our every need. Food was great. Beaches were great. 10 out of 10.
So that's our verdict. Now it's time for you guys to guess how much this private yacht costs. First of all, here's what's included. Round-trip hotel transfers in an air-conditioned van, welcome refreshments, a skipper and personalized tour guide, a private chef-prepared lunch, and it was amazing, you guys. An open bar with local beer and soda, access to Nido Yachting Club's private island, towels, life jackets, snorkeling gear, and all environmental fees. And of course, gratuity is extra. Ready for the price? So for a full day tour, pricing starts at 82,500 Philippine pesos. That's just a little less than $1,500 US. Now, that can change depending on when you watch this video and are looking to book this tour, so definitely check with the tour operator directly for up-to-date pricing. So tell us in the comments below, do you think this is worth $1,500 US? For us, the answer is a definite yes. It's a trip of a lifetime that we'll never forget, and actually we're planning to come back and do the multiple day tour and actually get to stay here overnight. A big thank you to our Nido Yachting Club crew. They went above and beyond. We highly recommend enjoying this tour for yourself. Links in the description below.